All right. Okay, so we are recording it now for the sake of those people that are absent. Now, this is a new project I've opened. The first thing I would do is to create my level. And your level determines the height of your objects in Revit. And you can create your level in your elevation. You can also create it in section. For now, what we have is elevation. So let's create our levels in elevation. So I go to south. You simply double click on south and you are on the elevation. So for me, I don't normally use these ones indicate the structure below the natural ground level. So I normally delete them because as far as architecture is concerned, it is only section that indicates what is below the ground level. Okay, so the first thing I will do is I want to bring this level 2 down, and I will bring it down by 600. So it's going to go to 600 now by double clicking on it. Let me undo that. If I double click on this and change this one to 600 mm and press enter, you see that it has come down. Level 2 has come down. So if I want to create another level to show the thickness of our oversight concrete, I simply select one of these levels and click on this create similar and click on this. This one means pick line and this one means draw. If I select this one, it means I'll be drawing, but I don't want to use that one. I want to use pick. So I prefer to use pick. And the reason is if I'm using pick, it will automatically match the length. All the length will be equal and it's more professional for me. All right. Now, this is the offset. I can leave the offset to be 150 and make sure this one is checked so that it will create a floor plan for that level. Okay, so I simply pick this one now. Anywhere I pick it, it will be the same level. It will be the same length, I mean. Now I want to edit this level 7 to rather read level 3. And for me to select it with ease, I am going to bring my left hand side, my left hand on tab key. Now as I am pressing on tab, you can see it's toggling between those things that are around that area. So I can now select level 7 and make it level 3 instead and click empty space. Then you see a notification here, confirm level rename. Would you like to rename corresponding views? I click yes. All right, now I want to create more levels. I select this particular one. Let me know what is going on. It's recording the video already. All right. Okay, so I select this particular one, create similar, and pick, type the offset, which is 3600. That is the height of my headroom. And this one is already selected. And I pick this line. You can see I want to create another one. Make the offset to be 150 because this is going to indicate our first floor slab. You can see this is our headroom, this is our first floor slab. Okay, now let's create our headroom for first floor. I'm going to type 3600 and pick the last one we have just created, and I make the offset again to be 150 mm. Then pick the last one. You can see as I'm hovering my cursor on the last level, it's showing where I want to drop it. Okay, now I've dropped it. This is our ground floor headroom. This is our first floor headroom. Correct. Now I want to exit out of this command. This command of creating levels. You can see if I don't exit, and I continue to click, you can see it's creating more levels, and I don't want that. So I want to go out of that command now. To go out, you simply click on you simply click on this modify, this arrow, and that will take you out of the present command you are on. All right. Now let's see how we can start our planning. Let's see how we can start our planning. To start your planning, you simply go to the appropriate floor plan. And this is our floor plan on the project browser. So I want to rename some of these floor plans so that if I am seeing them, I immediately know the floor plan it is. And I can rename it here. I can also rename it here. If, for instance, I go to this level 3 and I right click on it and I click on rename, you can see I can rename it here to be ground floor plan, and click. You can see it's asking me to confirm. I click yes. Okay, now you see your ground floor plan now. Then I want to rename this level 5 to first floor plan. Let me click on tab key to select it. Tab is used to cycle things that are on top of each other so that you can easily select it. Okay, now I can rename this level 5 to first floor plan. First floor plan, and click empty space, and that will be done. You can, if you like, if you can rename it here, you can also rename it here. Anyone is okay. All right, now let's go to planning our building now. I prefer to do my planning on the ground floor, so I simply double click on this and it will take me to ground floor. You can see this is the ground floor. Nothing is here yet. If I want to go to first floor, I double click on this and it will take me to first floor. Nothing is here yet. Okay, so the only thing you are seeing is these things that look like arrows. These are called elevation markers. All these are called elevation markers. They are the one that gives you your elevation. It depends on the size of your project. If I am working on a larger project, it means I can move it backward. I can move all this backward depending on the size of my project, and that is to tell you that Revit can accommodate even a whole city. So I can move it backward, and that is it. All right, now let's see how we can start planning. The first thing I want to do is to create my wall, and you can see wall on the architecture tab. You can see wall on the architecture tab. you can click on this drop down and you see different types of wall here. The one I use most is wall architectural. That's the one I use most. And once I've selected it, I can start drawing. I can also pick line. Assuming there is a line that I can pick, then I will be able to pick it. Okay, now let me zoom to fit because my elevation marker has disappeared because I zoomed out excessively. All right, now I can start my plan. I start like this. This is just a rectangle. Now this wall may not be what I want. If I want this wall to bear what I want, for instance, I want to make this wall 225 mm. If you check the dimension now, you will see that that wall is 200 mm. So I click here. Can you see it's 200 mm? And the type of wall I want to create is not 200 mm. The one I want to create is 225. So I select it. I click edit. Then I'm going to duplicate it. The reason I want to duplicate it is so that it doesn't affect the original version. This duplicate is my own customized wall. So I'm going to rename it as 225 wall and click OK. Then I am going to, under the structure, I am going to click edit. Here I can change the thickness to be 225, and I can change the material here. I can even add finishes here. If I want to add finishes here, I simply click on insert and finishes will be added. But let's leave that one for now. If I want to change the material for the structural part of the wall, I click on this little point here, and that will take me to where I can change the material. Okay, so this is the material dialog box. So you can pick from any of this material and start working on it from there. Now let's pick this default wall. If I pick this default wall, I right click on it, I duplicate material and assets and rename it as 225 wall. Then I click apply, I can expand this. Now if I want to work on the appearance, remember this is the wall we have just created. Make sure it is that one that is selected and go to appearance. Here we can change the color, how it is going to appear in our drawing and how it is going to appear when we render. When you are under graphics, this is the color that is going to show on your computer, and it is not necessarily the color that is going to show when you render. So there is difference between graphics and appearance. Graphics show the color that is going to show on your computer as you are working. Then appearance show the color that is going to appear when you render using Revit. So for now, let's work on these graphics. I can use something like, let's say I want to use cream. I go towards the lighter part of it and I click OK. All right. If I want it to be transparent, but of course, this kind of wall should not be transparent. But in a case whereby we are working on glasses, then you can increase the transparency. Okay. This foreground specify the pattern of the wall pattern, and there are so many things you can change here, but let's leave it at this level for now and click apply, click OK, and click OK again, click OK. All right, now this is the wall we have just created. If I select it now, you see the name here is showing on the property palette that this wall is 225 wall, and this one, you remember, we have not yet, it's only this one we have worked on. And if I like, I can match property like we normally do in AutoCAD. If I want to match property, I use shortcut MA and I click here, I click here. If you select this wall now, you see it is now 225 wall. And if you look at this one now, this one is still bearing its original version. If I want to change this one to the 225 I've just created now, I simply select them and click on this place and look for that one I've just created, which is 225 wall, and select that one. Then you can now see it is now 225 wall. Okay, now you can look at it in 3D. Look at what you have done in 3D. This is our 3D here. Okay, this is it here. Now if we look at it in elevation, for instance, let's look at it in elevation. You can see that the height is not defined, is going above our level. To define our level, you can do it on the elevation, you can do it anywhere, you can even do it in 3D. So you simply select it and you go to the property palette, which is this particular one. You click on edit and you will expand this on this property palette. You expand it and click where you see this unconnected level, change this unconnected to a particular level. In this case, let's leave it as level 4. You know that our level 4 is under level 5. Can you see that the wall has come down now to level 4? This is level 4. If you want to see it properly, select it and click here. Okay, this is level 4, and that is where our wall have stopped. What if we want to take this wall up a little bit? Let's say we want to take it to level 6. This is level 6. Assuming we want to take that wall to level 6, what do? We select it and on the constraints and the top level, look for it here. That is the top constraint. Click on this drop down and look for level 6. This level 6, click on it and click apply. You can see that it has gone down. Okay, then I want it to start from level 1, and it's very simple. While it is still selected, click on the base, that is the base constraint. Then you click on level 1. I want to be sure that you guys are still hearing me. So if you can hear me, indicate in the comment section 1. If you are still hearing me and you are still seeing my screen, indicate in the comment section 1. Correct. Gary and the rest of them are still hearing me. All right. Okay, now let's bring it back to level 4. Let's bring the height back to level 4. So while it is still selected, you go to top constraint and take it to level 4 and hit apply. So I believe with this now you won't have problem with how to adjust the height of your walls. You won't have any problem with that again. Now let's go back to our ground floor plan. You simply double click on it and you are back to ground floor plan. Now what if I want to create another room? Let's say I want to create a room. I can simply select this wall, and there are so many things I can do here. I can offset, I can copy, I can select it and hold Control and drag, which means copy. So it's not left for you as per the tool you want to use. Now I like to use select and drag, and that because I am working at advanced level. If you are a new person, what you would like to use is to copy. That is what new person will want to use. So I can select this, assuming I am new person. I select it, then click on copy, click here and go to setting distance. And the good thing is that you can actually specify the distance you want to go. Assuming I want to go by 3000 mm, I type that 3000 mm and press enter. Okay, now you can see another wall is copied and the distance is at 3000 mm center to center. All right, what if I want to make it 3000 mm in to in? In that case, I am going to select my dimension. Let my dimension pick from the inside of this wall, and make sure that you have selected this point, this on the option bar. You know, when I select dimension now, you see some things showing on the option bar. That is regarding the dimension. So I set my dimension to wall faces and click here, click here. All right, now I have placed my dimension and I want to make it 3000 mm. Now I have these two walls. This one is the exterior wall. This one is the wall that is inside my design. It's not left for you to, as per which wall you want to move. If I want to move this wall so that this place becomes 3000 mm, I simply select this wall. And the moment I select this wall, this dimension is highlighted, meaning that I can adjust it. So if I select this wall, this dimension is highlighted. If it is this wall I want to move, I select it, this dimension is also highlighted. But in this case, it is this wall I want to move. So, and that is the one I'm going to select and click. Once I click, I can now adjust it. I adjust it to 3000 mm and click enter. Now we have wall in to in 3000 mm now. All right. Okay, what if I want to copy this one also? I simply select it and copy. That is the simplest way. We are defining a room here now, and I want to make it into in 3000 mm. First, add your dimension, select it, and type 3000 and press enter. Okay, so we have 3000 mm by 3000 mm. Correct. Now we can, assuming we want to create a toilet for that room, what I use now is click and drag. That's another form of shortcut. If I select it, I can use my left hand to hold on control. You press the control key down if you are using window, and you drag it. It will be copied. Anything, whether wall, window, anything at all, you can just hold on, select it, hold on control and drag. It will be copied. All right. Now let's specify the dimension of our toilet. Assuming this is our toilet, I simply select dimension, and here I can create similar and place the dimension here. Or alternatively, I can select this particular dimension that is already on ground, and once I select it, you look at this option bar, you see something here, edit witness line. That tells you that I can actually continue this line, this dimension line. So once I select this, you see edit witness line appears. So for me to continue this dimension so that it is on a straight line, which will make it look more professional, especially when you are trying to present your drawing on a final drawing. On a final drawing, you don't do dimension like this and do another one here. You need to make it straight. In that case, you are going to select this particular one, click edit witness line, and you can go like that continuously, as many as possible you want to do per time. And when you are done, click on empty space to drop it. Don't click on where you have model, click on empty space. All right. Now we want to adjust the size of our toilet, and it is this wall I want to move. So I will select this wall, and I can now adjust it. Type 3000, no, not 3000, I will type 2700 and press enter. Okay, so this is our toilet now. This is our toilet. Okay, now we have all this wall that are excesses. We can use trim to trim them off. You can use trim to trim them off, and you can see trim here. this trim. If you hover your cursor over it, you see trim/extend to corner. This is if you want to trim to corner. But if you want to trim to a particular element, then you select this one. These three tools you are seeing here can help you trim any wall, any line, and all of them work differently. This is at corner, this is single, meaning you can only do one per time, and this is multiple. If you pick this multiple, you can do as many as possible. So the one I picked now is multiple. So I want to cut off these two walls. I want to cut this one off. I want to cut this one off. So for me to do that, first, as I picked it now, I click on where I want it to go. So I click on this place. That is where I want to cut it to. And go to the back of it. Don't click the front. You go to the back, click, and click. You can see it has cut them off. Now the command is still on, meaning I can still go ahead and continue the trimming. Now these two work for both trimming and extend. Okay, what if I want to cut this one off? Assuming I want to cut this particular wall off, in that case I click on empty space first, so that this one that was selected originally will be deactivated. I select empty space, and this is where I want to cut it to. I click here, then click the back of it, and here you go. It has trimmed it. Let's save. It's giving us warning to save our project. Let's save it, and I will select my folder. It's my folder. Let's go to the folder I want to save it to, and I will replace it with the, okay, let me give it a name. Revit Live Training Day 1. This is the name. This is the name I want to give it. And you need to click on this option in order to reduce the number of backup. You can see the maximum backup is now 20. If you go ahead without adjusting this, it's going to overload your system. You will see that your system have so many backup of Revit, which is cumbersome. So I will reduce it to 1. And 1 is the minimum number you can reduce it to. It cannot be 0. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go like that. And click OK. And click Save. Right now we have saved our project. We have saved our project. We can now continue. Alright, for the sake of us that are just joining us, the version of Revit I'm using is Revit 2023. And if that is not the version you are currently using, there is no cause for alarm. It is almost the same thing. The interface look almost the same thing. Any version, especially from version 29 to this present version, is almost the same thing. All right, now what if I still want to create another room? I can simply select this wall, hold my control, drag, and I've created another wall. Select this one again, hold my control, drag, and that is that. All right, now you see that we have gap here. What if I want to join this and this? I want to join this wall to this. In that case, what we can use, the appropriate tool we can use is trim to corner. So I can use trim to corner to join, to connect this and this. Okay. What if I want to remove all this one? I can still use trim to corner. Click there and click here. And click here, you click here. All right. If I want to exit, I click on this modify and I am out of that command. Now I want to delete this one. I select it. Now there are different ways of selecting in Revit. You can select from the right. If I select from the right, whatever this selection box touches is going. On the other hand, if I select from the left, it is only the element that is covered by the selection box that will go. So in this case, I can select from the right, and you can see the symbol for the selection box. If I select from the right, the outline is dotted. But if I select from the left, the outline is a solid line. Okay, so I want to delete this particular one. Let me select from the right, and to delete, there are different approaches to delete. If you select it, you can see delete here, delete icon here. And when you hover your cursor on this delete, you can see it actually have a shortcut, which is DE. So you can delete here, you can delete on your keyboard, you can also delete using shortcut key. So let me use this particular icon to delete. While it is still selected, I click on this and it is deleted. All right. I'm sure you have benefited something from this training today. My system has been overloaded because I have not been considering that option. Okay. And thank God you have benefited today. As from today, make sure when you are saving, always adjust the backup to 1 so that it will not overload your system or give you excessive work by trying to be deleting them. All right. Now we will continue next time. And this is the much we can take today. And in case you want to move faster, now there are some people that are on this call now that have passed the stage we are now, and there are some people that are on this call that are just knowing about Revit for the first time. And that means we can never be on the same pace, because there are some people that are knowing it for the first time. There are some people that have advanced, that know more than what we are doing now. I have created a step-by-step training that can fit your level, whether you are just starting now or you have a little bit advanced, but you are not yet proficient in Revit. And it is a paid course. It is a paid course, and it is a video course. And once in a while, we also have live meeting like we are having now. Now, if you look at this now, let me share the screen. The aim of this course is to help you so that even though you have never used Revit before, it can take you completely from beginning until you become an expert. If you look at this is a 3D animation, and this animation is done with Lumion, but it was actually modeled with Revit. Now let me play the video so that you can see it. This is my expectation for you. If you can stay with me throughout my Revit course and probably proceed to Lumion course, you will be able to do something like this. This is actually a combination of Revit and Lumion work, and you can achieve this. Let's proceed. This is an interior design. You too can also achieve this. This was modeled with Revit, and the animation was done with Lumion. The animation and rendering was done with Lumion. And if you can stay with me till the end of my Revit training and my Lumion training, you will be able to achieve something like this. This is one of my students, Samuel. Samuel was able to do this after going through my training in both Revit and Lumion. This is his interior design. He used Revit to model this and used Lumion to render this. You too can achieve the same result. Now, who is this training for? This training is for architects who want to learn how to model buildings for better presentation to their clients, and is also for interior designers. If you're an interior designer, then this training is for you. It is for civil engineers who want to learn how to model buildings. It is also for builders who want to learn how to model buildings, or you want to learn how to produce working drawing in Revit, then this training is for you. It is for students of architecture in various schools. If you are a student of architecture, then this is for you. If you are an architectural firm and you want to upgrade the capacity of your staffs, then this training is for your staffs. Ensure that you watch this video till the end. Then this is for you if you are looking for any architectural software that will produce 3D and produce working drawing all in one place. For example, if you are using SketchUp, SketchUp cannot produce working drawing. SketchUp can only produce 3D, and you continue your working drawing in AutoCAD. That means you'll be having double work. But in Revit, you can do everything in one place. And the good part of Revit is that you can use it to produce sections, you can produce detailing. This is roof eave detailing. I use Revit to produce this. Now I am going to be showing you how you can learn and master Revit from the comfort of your home. You don't need, right from where you are attending this video call now, you can learn Revit from there. I have lots of students who are learning from me from different locations, from different countries, and you are also going to save money because you will not have, you don't need to move from where you are now to leave your job to come and learn Revit. You can learn from your current location. My course has simplified everything so that it makes learning of Revit easier. My video are step by step, and if you are looking for a way to get Revit installed in your system, then this course is for you, because one of the bonuses that I give to people that gain access on time is Revit software. If your Revit is having problem, maybe you don't have some families, then ensure that you watch this video till the end. I will also show you how to install Revit V-Ray completely free. I will show you how to install Acrobat X Pro completely free. Now these are some of my work. I use Revit to model this and use Lumion to render it. You can see how real it is. That is what you can produce after my training. This is one of my work. I use Revit to model this. I use Revit to model this. I use Lumion to render it. And this is one of my students that produced this. He used Revit to model this and used Lumion to render it. This is his interior design. And my promise for you, my big promise for you, is that you too can achieve the same result and even better modeling if you can stay with me. Then why am I doing all this? One of the reasons why I'm doing all this is that giving is living. The more I give, the more I receive. But let me ask you this question. Would you like to acquire a skill that can help you get salary job that can pay you up to 250K per month? Would you like to acquire a skill that can help you get a contract that can pay you up to 1 million to 10 million naira profit? Would you like to acquire a skill that can help you stop hearing "I will get back to you" from clients and employers? You know, when a client tells you that "I will get back to you," it could mean that he doesn't like your work. And the polite way of telling you that "I don't like your work" is to tell you "I will get back to you." And most of the time, those people never get back to you. So the best way to reduce the number of "I will get back to you" is to upgrade your skill. And that is the reason why I created this course. So you can actually upgrade your skill. The more you upgrade your skill, the more clients get to like your work, and the more the number of "I will get back to you" reduces. Now, would you like to be a high paid freelancer? Then Revit cannot be overlooked. Would you not like to be one of those professionals that can charge a higher fees without looking back? It takes someone that is proficient in what he does to charge a high professional fee. Would you like to work with kings and royalties, people that matter in the society? Then this course is for you. Ensure that you watch it to the end, because I'm going to give somebody something, and at the end of this video, somebody is going to have a giveaway from me at the end of this video, and that could be you. So ensure that you don't leave this training until the end so that you don't miss opportunity. Would you like to move from the bottom of the ladder where there are too many competition and move to the top? Would you like to be an expensive professional? Do you still want to be carrying files up and down looking for jobs instead of employers looking for you and calling you, and you can detect your price? Now this is me here. The knowledge of Revit has helped me to meet with people with dignity. I have gone to several places. It has helped me to gain some sight. I have met a lot of people which ordinarily I wouldn't have met. The knowledge of Revit has helped me to meet with kings, with people in authority, with people in good places. That can also be your own story. Now, quickly, let me tell you what you need for this training. You need a computer if you must learn Revit. A lot of people ask me whether it can be installed on phone, and the answer is no. It cannot be installed on phone. You need a computer, and the minimum RAM you can use is 4 gig RAM and above. The higher the RAM, the better. I recommend 8 gig RAM for Revit. If you are using Revit, I recommend 8 gig RAM. Then the hard disk must be minimum of 300 gigabytes, and Revit must be installed on your computer, and you must know a little bit on how to operate computer. We don't teach how to operate computer here. We only teach on how to use Revit. So if you must pick this course, you should be able to hold your mouse and move your mouse and type some things on the keyboard. Then your computer must be able to be connected to the internet for you to access this course with ease. Then you must understand at least basic English language, because what we use there is English language. So you must be able to understand basic English language. Then you must have basic knowledge of architectural design and planning, because we are not teaching architecture here. What we teach here is how to use this particular software called Revit. So before you pick up this training, I want to believe that you have basic knowledge of architectural planning, how the planning works to make it functional. Okay, now if you stay with me to the end of this video, I will show you how you can solve the problem of Revit family not loaded. I will show you how you can download my own custom Revit folder and load it into your own Revit family. Now this is one of my students, Abu Yakubu. He said that, "Thank you for making huge impact sharpening professionals. Though my job demands has kept me watching your various tutorials videos, I am greatly inspired and proud of you, sir. God bless you, sir." Obviously, this student of mine has gained a lot from me, and he is very much grateful. This is another student of mine. He said, "God bless you, sir." All my students are having positive comments about me. This is another student of mine, Alfred. Say, "Hello, boss. God bless you for all your effort towards the training through your teaching. I have learned a lot, even outside Revit and Lumion. Thanks a lot, sir. I pray that God will bless all your students and touch their heart to show appreciation for your effort. You are a good teacher." Okay, now this is one of my students that produced this. This is the same student that produced this. Who is this course for? It's for those who are determined to learn, and those who are actually determined to learn how to model 3D and how to produce working drawing. Okay, now you have a choice to make. You can decide to choose to be the way you have been and be producing the kind of design you have been producing. You can also decide to upgrade your skill and be a better version of yourself. You can decide if you want me to play an active role in your results. You can decide if you can choose for me to guide you along the way. Now, how would it look like if you are working with me directly? If I am guiding you at any point in time when you face obstacles while using Revit, you can just call on me and I will show you what to do. How will it look like? How will it look like if I can just teach you everything I have known about Revit from scratch until you become an expert in the use of Revit? How would it be if my phone number and all my contacts will be open to you and you can ask me question anytime you are having issue with using Revit? Now, let me introduce to you what the course I titled Revit Tutorial Masterclass. Now, what are you going to gain inside this course? In this course, we have video tutorials divided into modules, module 1 to 4. And all these video tutorial, currently we have about 87 of them, 86, 87 of them. We have at the time I wrote this thing, we have 86, but another one has been added already, so we have 87 now. And all these videos are worth 100,000 naira. If I'm to sell all these videos, the amount of money that I can sell it is 100,000 naira. And when you gain access to this course, you are going to be added to our WhatsApp and Telegram group, where I am going to mentor you. And the access to this group, to this community, is worth 50,000 naira. For you to gain access to that community is worth 50,000 naira. Then, for you to have access to my contacts and be able to contact me and I respond to you is worth 100,000 naira. Some people watch my video on YouTube and they start asking me different questions. Though I will attend to some of them, but definitely I cannot attend to all of them because I too need to engage in profitable activities. I cannot attend to all of them per time. So for you to have access to my contact is worth 100,000 naira. Now, everything you gain from this tutorial, everything is valued at 250,000 naira. All this I've mentioned now is valued at 250,000 naira. And what do you think I should charge for this kind of value that I am providing? I'm not even charging anything close to 200,000 naira. I am not even charging anything close to 100,000 naira. Not even 50,000 naira. I am currently giving this course away at 30,000 naira only. And that means if you are getting this course today, you are getting it at 30,000 naira only. And these are the frequent questions that a lot of people ask me. The number one question is, what is the cost and duration of the learning? Since it is a video training, you learn at your own pace. If you are someone that is busy and you don't have time for this training, it will take you a longer time. And if you are someone that can devote your time to it, within 2 weeks, you would have mastered it. So that is the answer I normally give them. And I'm going to be showing you how to understand Revit user interface. I'm going to be showing you how you can prepare your drawing environment using existing projects as a template. And I will also show you how you can start a new Revit from a new environment. You will learn how you can customize your Revit shortcuts and hotkeys. You will learn advanced Revit modeling techniques. You learn how you can attach wall to roof and cut wall to roof techniques to clean up upper part of roof. You are going to learn how you can convert Revit drawing to PDF and send to your clients. You are going to learn how you can model a building with Revit architecture step by step. You learn how to create concrete fascia using sweep, 4 ways to move things around in Revit architecture, the basics of working drawing in Revit architecture, and you can learn how to edit and customize grid bubble, section head, and so on and so forth. You will learn how to create title block to get your drawing ready for printing. You learn how to place drawing on title block. You learn how you can import drawing from AutoCAD and vice versa. You can import from Revit to AutoCAD, import from AutoCAD to Revit. You also learn how to import and export Revit drawing to AutoCAD and 3ds Max and Lumion. You learn how to render in 3D view using only Revit. Then you learn how to use Revit tools. I will teach you different tools that we use in Revit. You will learn how to reload Revit families. After picking up this course, you will not have any problem with Revit families again. You learn how to create door and window schedule in Revit. You learn how to use V-Ray for Revit, Revit massing. We cannot list everything you are going to learn in this course here. Otherwise, we are not going to leave here today. Now, what is the cost and duration of the learning? The cost of this training actually depends on when you take action. Because what is constant in life is changes. And that means the price can also change. If you decide to gain access today, then you gain access at the current price you are seeing in that link now. I'm going to provide a link, and if you decide to postpone your decision, then when you later come back, you will gain access at the price you see that day. Okay, so if you want to have access now, you have opportunity to gain access at the current price. And another question that people ask me is, how is the class run? And the answer I give to them is, the course is a downloadable video format, meaning you can download the video to your computer and watch at your pace. Okay, you watch at your leisure time. And once in a while, we organize Zoom meetings to clear some areas that looks difficult for people to resolve through videos. And another question that other people ask me is, where is your location? Do you have a physical class? And the answer is yes, I have a physical class. I have a one-on-one class. And if you are on this call, you prefer for us to meet one-on-one. After this training, ensure that you contact me so that I know the number of people that are interested in the physical class and know your location and know how we can arrange to meet. And if you decide to pick physical meeting, the price is not a flat rate. The price depends on the location and the number of people that are attending it per time. So we are going to fix the price after our meeting. Okay, so if you are more interested in physical meeting, then contact me after this class. Apart from the training, apart from this course, I'm going to give some people these bonuses. That is, if you are gaining access today, I'm going to be giving you some things as a bonus. And one of them is Revit installation software setup. If you are gaining access today, if you are opportune to be in this video call and you decided to take action today, I am going to give you access to my own copy of Revit software. And I will also teach you how you can install it by yourself. You don't need any technician. So that if you happen to change your system, your laptop, any day, anytime, you can reinstall it back. And the version of Revit that I will give you is Revit 2023, Revit 2027, and Revit 2025. So you have option to choose the one you want to use. All right. Now, the second bonus is Acrobat X Pro. And this Acrobat X Pro is worth 403,500 naira. If you want to buy it as of today, this is what this Acrobat X Pro will cost you. But if you are gaining access today, you have it for free. And what is the use of this Acrobat X Pro? Acrobat X Pro is used to combine drawings to be one document. For instance, these are 10 drawings. Assuming I want to combine it to become one document so that I send it to my client, the best tool you can use is Acrobat X Pro. That is what I'm going to give you today if you are gaining access today. And it's also used to convert drawing to PDF so that you can send to your client to be able to read it. And the third bonus you are getting if you are gaining access today is my project. This is one of my projects. I produced this project for one of my clients, and personally I don't like giving out my projects, but for the sake of my students, I give them this project so that they can learn from it. And if you are joining my student today, you have this project for free. And there are two things it can do for you. You can learn from it. You can edit it and use it to produce another drawing for your clients. You can pick my families from there. So it's very, very useful for you. And you can see how I model some things there. All right. Now, the fourth bonus you have, if you are gaining access today, is you are getting my own custom Revit families for free. All the families I'll be using over time you are getting it for free. You can download it to your own system and start using it, so that you will not have Revit family not loaded again. That issue will be fixed forever. Okay, now all the bonuses you are getting today, if you are gaining access today, is worth 734,000 naira. You can see the value of the bonus is even more than the real cost, but it is for those that are gaining access today. The main cost is worth 250,000 naira, and the total bonuses is worth 734,000 naira. And the total, if you are gaining access today, everything is worth 984,000 naira. Excuse me, please, I'll call you back later. I'm in a meeting. Okay, now for some people, they may say that 30,000 naira is too expensive. Now, if you are a salary earner, for instance, and you attend an interview, and your boss to be looked at your drawing and he was not happy with it and tells you that I will get back to you, what is the cost of what you have just lost? Perhaps you have lost 100, a job that would have paid you 100,000 naira per month. You have just lost it because you were not proficient in your modeling. And if you had gained access to that job would have paid you 1.2 million per year. If you are getting a job that is paying you 100,000 naira per month for a year, that is 1.2 million. But this is what 30,000 naira would have solved. And for business owners, assuming you are a company and you present your proposal and your client looked at your presentation and he was not pleased with it and tells you that I will get back to you, perhaps that job would have paid you 1 million naira to 20 million naira, but you lost it because your presentation was not professional. But this is what 30,000 naira would have solved. But some people will not think like that. They will say it is very expensive. 30,000 naira is too expensive. Okay? Now, ordinarily, I should have charged 50,000 naira for you to gain access to this course. So, for those of us that are watching the video, ensure you pay to this account. This is my account detail. To pay to this account. Alright, thank you for watching the video.